Well, good cold Monday morning. I was a little afraid we weren't going to be able to come to you this morning, thinking maybe there would be outages, and I'm sure there are. Last week we told you about the possibility of the internet and many situations with power outages at your home. We told you to have some kind of backups, etc. We'll find out if that affected any of you. If you're sitting there with a candle or some flashlights, did you have to deal with any of that? Fortunately, we didn't have a bunch of ice, and I know that the South is dealing with a lot of that, so they may have more of the power outages than we have. But as you're signing on this morning, I'd love to know, how much snow did you get? Did you get out there? Did you measure it? Did you shovel it off your driveway already? Is it still sitting out there this morning? Let's find all that out for you. If you're just tuning in and you're new to the show, good morning. Welcome in. We do our show Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. and I'll say Central because we have people sometimes that say, hey, we have family and friends that we are telling to watch you, to wake up with some positivity. That's what we're looking for this morning, and to make sure that you have news you can use, the weather we're going to get into, and then we have our guest of the day. Now, you've been hearing me talk about our mobile Monica that we have coming up next month, and it's going to be in that O'Fallon, Missouri area. If you're outside of our area, O'Fallon, Missouri, and we want you to come shopping with us. Yes, come on. Who doesn't want to shop? Ladies for sure, but we'd love for you all to discover Apricot Lane Boutique. So we're going to be doing our mobile Monica on February 10th, and we're going to talk all about what you can experience at the store. But before I ever do a mobile Monica, I always like to introduce you to the person behind that business that hopefully you've already gone into, and maybe you have been patronizing Apricot Lane Boutique in O'Fallon for a while. If not, it's a chance for you to find them for the first time. So we're going to talk to Monica Lynn. Yes, just like my name, Monica Brand. She is going to be my guest here coming up in just a bit. And if you've been there, let me know. This is a shirt, by the way, that I bought right around the holidays, and I love it. I just absolutely love this, and a really gorgeous skirt that I wore to my brother and sister-in-law's house for Christmas. Speaking of which, I would be remiss if I didn't start the show by wishing her, can you believe this? Look at this picture. She's 60. Boy, she makes 60 look good. She looks like she's in her 40s. Happy birthday, my beautiful sister-in-law. She has been in my family since I was 11 years old. Yes, she always cracks up at how she was dating my brother in the beginning, and my mom would go down and check on them. And it was constantly, dang kid, get away from us. I'm trying to kiss your brother. I love the stories and I love the friendship that we've had. So happy birthday. I love you, and I do hope I get a chance to see her. If not, we're taking her to the Blues game, and I hope they can win one for her tomorrow night. So we'll be going to that. As you're signing on, feel free to say hello. I see you all saying good morning. So I asked how much snow you got. That's, of course, what we're going to talk about. Now look at your comments in just a second. Keep them rolling in. Let's talk about this forecast. Unfortunately, we don't have Beckett Moore. Can you all do me a favor and wish him the best? He had a fever yesterday. It was such a sport. He was going to come on this morning, and just a little bit before 6, he said he really took a turn backwards. So the flu, of course, is going around. I hope that's not what he has. But for all of you that know Beckett, he's been with us for 2 years. Wish him the best in the comments. We'll make sure he sees those. Okay, this is from our friends over at KMOV. It is a first alert weather day. Dangerous cold. It is -3, even colder in some areas. Yes, that's the actual temperature right now. And we're only going to climb up to 15 today, down to 10 tonight, and then we start to warm up. And as you can see, we don't have much in the way of precipitation expected this week. A slight chance on Thursday, but I'm hoping that we can keep this away because we got a wallop yesterday. 29 on Tuesday, the same on Wednesday, and you can see the sun out, so that will help melt some of this. We're down to 2 degrees though Tuesday night, down to 4 on Wednesday. Thursday, again, a slight chance right now of some light snow. 21, it's going to be mainly cloudy, down to 4. Now we get cold again on Friday. You can see 16 for the high, but down to 0. And those could be temperatures that change, getting below 0 as we get closer to the end of the week. Saturday, 21. And look at Sunday is already into February. Where the heck did January go? 31 on Sunday. As we welcome in February, we actually get warmer. 36 next Monday, 37 on Tuesday. And by Wednesday, it will be 38 degrees. Now, I told you, my mom always swears that February is our worst month. Well, it looks like it's coming in really nice. Again, at least a little bit warmer. So, as I go through this, keep as you all are signing in, how much snow did you get? So, I'm going to tell you certain areas in St. Genevieve, they got 13.6 inches. Farmington, 12. Irondale also got 12. Chester, Illinois, 11.3. Highland, 11, as well as Lake St. Louis and Oakville and Arnold. Right here in our area, it looks like we got about 11 and a half to 12. St. Rose, Illinois, 10.8, and Swansea, 10.5. Those are some of the largest snow totals in our immediate area. Now, I'm going to find out if any of you went out and measured and you got more than the totals that we're seeing from our friends over at Channel 4. Obviously, this massive winter storm dumped the sleet, the freezing rain, the snow around much of the United States. So, what does that mean? We're talking about cancellations of flights. We told you if you were heading out somewhere warm, I do hope you can get there. Were you delayed? You have friends or family that were trying to get to a warm vacation, or again, our friends call it holidays, right? Lambert has been impacted by the storm. Thousands canceled, of course, across the country. Remember, don't call the airport. Check with your airline. Ideally, you have an app on your phone to find out if your flight was canceled or delayed. The other thing is, and I hope you all did this, MoDOT and IDOT asked you to stay off the roads so that they could do their work, right? So that there's a ton of vehicles out there, it makes it harder on them. We don't see any significant winter storms, as I mentioned, on the horizon, not just for St. Louis, Missouri, and Southern Illinois, but we also don't see any kind of significant warm up, as I just mentioned, anytime soon. So that creates a problem, not just for you getting out and getting around, but please check on your elderly friends, family members. Those pets, please keep them inside. I don't know why they would need to be, but if at all possible, you're going to have something that is so warm for them and have an opportunity to have their water heated. But again, this is when we see, it's horrible to be talking about, but this is when we see some serious issues with our, with humans and with pets alike. We see these shelters, everything that they need. So if you're looking at donating, check out with any shelter that is near and dear to your heart. Ask them what they can use right now. Extra blankets, some kind of extra bedding, obviously food and treats, things that they will need that can help them out in these hard times. All right. In sports news, did you watch? The Seahawks beat the Rams. They're advancing to the Super Bowl. A thrilling 31-27 win over the Rams in the NFC title game. Did you get a chance to watch it? Sam Darnold was cast aside by the Jets, who drafted him number 3 overall in 18. The Vikings didn't bring him back after he led them to a 14-3 season, but flopped in the playoffs. And now in his first season with the Seahawks, he is Super Bowl bound. So, we always talk about when somebody doesn't believe in you, watch what happens, right? It's the whole let them watch theory. And look at that. They didn't want him. Now he's heading to the Super Bowl. So congratulations. If you're a Rams fan, sorry your team didn't win. Blues news. I mentioned that we're taking my sister-in-law to the game tomorrow night. The Kings beat our Blues 5-4 on Friday. And again, the next game on tap for you tomorrow. It's the Blues and the Stars. Face-off will be at 7 o'clock. Okay, before we take our break, look at this. If you didn't see the name on the top, I would ask you, who do you think that is? Boy, he doesn't even look like himself, does he? This is Guy Fieri. He debuted a shocking new look while he was celebrating his 58th birthday, and that popped up on Instagram. Celebrity chef with his new look. Even if you don't follow cooking shows, you probably know him, right? Who's that guy? The Food Network star. He shared a video on Instagram for his 58th birthday Thursday. His platinum spiked hair's gone. His signature goatee is gone. And he said, quote, "After so many years celebrating my birthday as Guy, I figured this year I'd celebrate it as just a guy." Diners, drive-ins, and dives is what he's most known for. But yeah, if somebody had shown me that picture, I absolutely would have said, I have no clue who that is. Would you have known? I don't think so. All right, guys. So any other news that we want to drop in, I'll do that for you at the end of the show. But I wanted to start off, obviously, with the weather, seeing how much snow you got. So before I take a break, let's say good morning to this is your show, right? So these are my co-hosts. Christy, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start. Julie, good morning. Linda, good morning. Hope you're staying warm. Exactly. Anybody not have heat? I mean, again, you got to think of all these levels of people and what you can do. Do you have to to bring them over to your house to keep them warm. Some spots 8 inches, 10 inches, and 12 inches in our backyard in Millstadt. Okay, yeah, so you have drifting snow. 10 inches snow, Rose says. Football, boys, food gone. 9.5 inches, Linda said. 11 inches in Imperial. We got 8, Julie says. I used the leaf blower and did the deck and let's see. And something for the fur baby and the hubby to the driveway. Got it. 8 inches in Belleville. Good morning, Stephanie. Stephanie, are you in Minnesota right now? How are things looking for you? Good morning, Kathleen. Pete. Good morning, Monica. Very cold this morning. Very grateful today. Grateful for heat, right? Grateful for the roof over our heads. Linda said, today's my oldest sister's birthday. All right, 76. Good morning, Linda's sister. Feel better, Beckett. I hope if you're watching, just sit there and make sure mom and dad give you some chicken noodle soup. 11 in Arnold, Pete says. 6 to 7 inches, Stephanie said she got. Kristen and I are going to the game. Oh, well, hey, we'll see you at the Blues game tomorrow. Let's meet up. Pete, oh, you had type A flu. Still struggling a week later. Yuck. Sniffles and coughing. All right, Rose, I was just going to get into mom. Hold on one second. February, in like a lamb, out like a lion. Yes. And good morning. Get well, Beckett. Happy birthday, Tina. Continuing to pray for your mama. How much snow did you get? We had tickets to the game Saturday night, but didn't go. That was smart. Stay off the roads. Spring Hill, Kansas, 6 inches, light and fluffy. I stayed home so the crews could clear the streets. Thank you. Latanya, good morning to you. I just measured in the middle of our yard with just over 9 inches. Hard to tell because of all the drifting. That's what I said. I was like, holy cow, did we get 15 inches? No. Finally found a point where it said 11 and a half. When you walk through it, it seems like a foot deep. I agree. Okay, Audra's a Seahawks fan. I'm glad it happened for you. Wow, that does not look like Guy. I know. Hey, Michelle, my dear friend from grade school. I'm stuck in Michigan. Okay, now we get back into the aspect of the flights. Leaving here today, they got another 8. Well, have a safe flight. I hope you make it back here safely. Prayers for our favorite weatherman. Beckett, we love you. Kathleen, big white dog Swiss, will not come inside. I'm constantly bribing her with treats. So Kathleen and Kathleen and her husband, they adopted a dog from Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, who will be back on with us in April. And I had a feeling some of these dogs just want to stay in it all day long. Laura Napier, are you new to the show? I don't recognize that name. Good morning. Hope mom is feeling better. I'll get to that. Yep. Adam Young, I think you're new to the show as well. Good morning. Stayed at my work last night. Oh my gosh, you got stuck there? Heading home today. No, you're back in Columbia, not in Minnesota now. Okay. Cold up there as well. All right. Let me address mama before we take the break. So mom was doing good. She has been transferred from the hospital to a skilled nursing facility for her physical and her occupational therapy. She was doing better. She didn't sound too good last night. So please keep those prayers coming in. It's going to be rough for her. I can't wait to get her. And again, they're doing a great job, but I just, no one is going to take care of your parent like you want to. So can't wait for her to come home to us and to my brother so we can take care of her. But physical therapy, occupational therapy, hoping they can get there with all the snow. That was rough for them. They were there early Saturday morning. So thank you for asking. And again, she has seen the thousands upon thousands of prayers. I could not believe. I told mom, I said, Mom, you went viral in the hospital. So she's such a sweetheart. Again, we couldn't do it without each and every one of you. So keep the prayers coming in. You are all wonderful prayer warriors. Julie, good morning to you as well. All right, we're going to take our break. We're going to bring another Monica on. We're going to talk about her lead up to opening Apricot Lane. It's really beautiful to watch what someone was doing until they got this passion that they itched and then they opened whatever the business is that you know them for. But let's go back before you ever walked in the doors of Apricot Lane. Monica Lindbrand, my guest when we return.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
And yes, personal training, life coaching, we do all of that. Shoot me an email if you're looking for someone. We want to thank all of our sponsors, including Spas and More. At Spas and More STL, you can find them on social media, and then spasandmorestl.com online. If you haven't been in yet, stop by 12957 Gravois Road, because this would be the best time with all that snow to have a hot tub. Oh, I'm envious of any of you that had one. 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday. They are closed on Sundays. And the big home show, by the way, is coming back downtown town in March, they will be there. I was mentioning it last week. In fact, they also have something special with the St. Louis Blues. Some of the alumni will be there with them. It's March 6th through the 8th. At their booth, they'll have the bare knuckle barbecue sauce with the Blues players. So if you haven't been in yet, this is what it looks like. Master Spas, that's what they carry, made in the USA. So whether it's a hot tub or maybe it's one of those swim spas, the Michael Phelps swim spas, they've got those as well. And all you have to do is go outside. You don't necessarily need to get into a cold plunge, but for those that want to do contrast therapy, that's what that is, the cold plunge. And then you go straight into the sauna, that back and forth, really good from a therapy standpoint. The sweaty goat and the chili goat, that's what they have. Spas and more. Thank you so much for being a part of the Real Monica Adams Show. And you can look down below as we thank each and every one that are part of our show right now. We couldn't do it without them. And we couldn't do it without each and every one of you. And those sponsors can be on a regular basis. If you're interested in joining the show, shoot me an email at info@therealmonicaadams.com. It's not only them that are with us on a daily basis, but it's all these incredible businesses that say, Monica, I want the spotlight on us, and we want all of the thousands of viewers that you have to know about our place, like my guest now. So Monica is sponsoring a mobile Monica coming up in February. First of all, Monica, how are you?
I'm good, Monica. How are you?
Fantastic. All right. I'm asking everybody what you got. So from a snow standpoint, did you go outside and measure?
Truth be told, I let the husband and kids take care of that. I'm not a fan of the cold, but I think we got about 9 inches is our guesstimate over here. So
yeah. It's crazy, right? I mean, I remember last week we were like, oh, maybe we'll get an inch, maybe we'll get a few. And then you started seeing these totals of 6 to 9, 8 to 12. And I'm like, there's no way we're going to get that much. One of the viewers said, as you stepped out, it literally felt like you just sunk. And I'm like, how much did we get? This is crazy. Definitely the most that we've had in a long time. So let me get into this. So Monica, where did you grow up? Or did you grow up here?
I did. I'm Chesterfield, Missouri. So I've always lived in this little area of St. Louis.
So it's always fun to think back when we haven't had this kind of snowfall as to, when it was as we were growing up as kids. I just remember when I was a kid I think we had like almost 2 feet of snow. I'm so happy that we've had nothing like that, but there are friends throughout the United States that have had stuff like that. Is your store closed today or is it open today?
So I was going to check the weather this morning and just kind of see how the roads are. I might just change the hours to 12 to, we're usually open 10 to 7. I might modify that, give a little bit more time for the roads to be plowed and pop in at 12 in case some people need some retail therapy and probably add a discount in there for today. So
I love that. We do. But the thing is, some people, they can only shop in stores. You have online and in store, right?
Not yet. So
Not yet?
the plan
Okay.
is to be online around the 1 year mark. So I'm just kind of getting rooted where I am with my brick and mortar first.
Okay. So when you can check with her. So what's the best way for them to follow you on social media, on a website?
We are very active on Facebook, Instagram. We're under Apricot Lane O'Fallon. We're right there nestled in the Winghaven area. So we post pretty much daily as to what our sales are or what's going on in our stores, promotions, pop-up events. So definitely, and TikTok, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
So speaking of having different events, so I was talking about this and so many people are like, dang it, I watch you all the time. How did I miss this? I was showing something from your Instagram page about your Fill the Bag, which before we get into your background, tell me how that went.
So it was so fun. So, we opened in October, so our entire store was fall and winter. And, we have to keep pivoting as soon as the seasons change. So once everyone takes the tree down, St. Louis is ready for spring and summer. And here we are with 9 inches of snow on the ground. But that's just retail for you. So half of our store was included in that fill the bag, and as much as you could stuff in those bags we had a $25 bag, $75 bag, and $100 bag is what you took home with you. So it was a steal of a deal for sure.
No kidding. So I want to know how creative people got, because again, there are some serious people that are like, all right, you give me a bag, I'm going to get rubber bands, I'm going to roll things up. How creative did they get?
Well, I feel like this was different than other fill the bag events because we kind of started on a Wednesday. So a lot of people were working. So it was like a slow, long trickle through the weekend. So people could casually come in. It wasn't crazy. They could try on what they wanted. So that way they're actually, everything they put in their bag, they wanted. And we were very generous. You were supposed to be able to close the bag, but if it was overflowing a little bit, we made it work. So
Well, that sounded like fun. So we'll talk about some other things that you will have coming up as we approach February, getting in towards Valentine's, etc. Before we get into all that, though, the thing I wanted to bring Monica on for this morning was to say, all right, the walk up, right, to that entrepreneurial spirit. What was she doing before you ever had a chance to go in her doors? You were just mentioning Winghaven. You want to give them your exact address, and we'll give it a few times throughout the show.
Sure. We're located at 3028 Winghaven Boulevard, and that's in O'Fallon, 63368.
All right. And if you haven't been in, I would love for you to go in. We, of course, would love for you to be there when we have our Mobile Monica coming up next month. If you can't, be sure to support her either before and definitely after the show. Okay. So, Monica, you just mentioned you grew up in Chesterfield. So when you and I first talked, and by the way, we want to give a shout out to Cindra Smith, because Cindra is the one that introduced you and I, right? Tell me how that happened. She came in, and how did you guys start talking about this?
It was, I'm not sure how your name originally came up, but she said, do you watch the Monica Adams show? Do you know who she is? She has the same name as you. And I said, no. And she said, she saved my life. And I said, well, how's that? And she said, I was watching one of her episodes and there was a dermatologist on, and they were talking about spots. And she started looking at her own body, that she never thought that these were cancerous cells. And they were identified exactly as they were on your show. She went to the dermatologist, and sure enough, it could be a very dangerous and deadly cancer. And so she went through those procedures, got that taken care of. So she was forever thankful to you for what she says, that you had saved her life. And so I started following you, watching you. I love your name, of course. And so that's how I got to you. And so it's been an awesome journey since then.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, she's always been a follower of the show, but when she told that story, I had tears in my eyes. I had chills. And we're going to go into this now. You hope that what you're doing in life impacts people, right? Somehow you make an impact, you touch people's lives. We do this show, and I always say, if there's one person that we impact, or there's one person that we get to say, you know what, I'm going through the motions, I'm not doing what I love to do. Holy cow, Monica just inspired me to maybe take that entrepreneurial walk. For this, I do the show hoping to give you some laughter, some inspiration, some news you can use, so many different levels of things. But on that particular day, she said she almost didn't even watch that morning. And to me, that's a God wink, right? That God had her watching to look at that. She's like, Monica, you guys were talking about, put sunscreen on. She's like, she's like, I looked at that going, yeah, we all know that. Oh, what the heck? I'll keep watching. And she's like, you happened to put a picture up on the screen that I looked at and thought, that looks like the same. And sure enough. So folks, I know we're in winter right now, but you're still supposed to put sunscreen on even when it's cold. So please, we will do the little PSA there. So take care of yourself. And again, Cindra, thank you for introducing the Monicas. And then we took it from here, right? So then Monica reached out and we started talking, and I said, let's do this. So we're going to bring the show on the road to her store, again, Apricot Lane Boutique in O'Fallon. But when you and I talked about, have you always been in retail? Is this what you wanted to do? You actually were a teacher right out of college, right? Montessori?
Yep. I taught Montessori for a while. I kind of did that. I loved it. I loved everything about Montessori teaching. I love the children, the families. I seem to just need a little bit more adult interaction. And so I jumped into a whole different industry after that. So
yeah, you did. You didn't go straight into retail. So she was, again, Montessori teacher out of college. Then you got into the mortgage industry?
Then I went to Citi. I got a big girl job. I was at Citi for 10 years. I did some underwriting, processing. I went into sales, which, there's nothing glamorous about the mortgage industry, but it was fun. It was a great time in my life. I got to raise my children while I was working at Citi. And then after 10 years of working at Citi, which I will be forever thankful for, I moved into IT staffing. So another complete pivot,
right,
in my life. But again, more building blocks on, business and, building confidence and relationships. And it was a really, really good experience. It was a women-owned company, which I always looked up to that, to Lisa Knoll for that. And they were wonderful, great people, learned so much, but I just felt like there was something more passion, something that could drive me to be more creative and be more of who I am, true to like myself.
I
So
hope you all heard that. As you're just tuning in, again, welcome into the show. Monica Brand, as you can see, Apricot Lane Boutique owner, but we're going back before it was ever her opening up this dream. So mortgage industry, IT, and going through saying, okay, I'm fulfilled, but not completely fulfilled, right? So was it always kind of there in the back of your mind? Did you love, I mean, we all love shopping, right? Did you love shopping, but you took it to another level? Was there a part where you were like, okay, I want to do this? Or how did this all come about?
So, as I was kind of soul searching, my mom had passed away. My very best friend had lost her husband too young. It really put things into perspective that life is way too short. And, we all went through COVID together. And I'm a very social person. I love talking to other people. I love uplifting people. I'm a girl's girl. I'm all about women empowerment. So I love fashion. I love being creative. I just was soul searching. And then one day, our phones listen to us, right? They know everything about us.
Yeah, because this was my part I love. She said God and Siri led her to this.
Yes. So I had never heard of Apricot Lane, truth be told. But when I saw it, I knew I needed a little bit of a push, a little bit of somebody behind me, cheerleading me on. I've never opened a business. I hadn't worked in retail for 20 something years. And so the idea of having the franchise stand behind me, give me a roadmap and all the tools was so intriguing to me that I knew I'd have someone there to support me when I needed it and let me be creative on my own so that I get to make my own decisions. I get to do all the buying. We're the only Apricot Lane store in Missouri. There's about 100 sprinkled throughout the United States. So that was really exciting for us. So yeah, that's kind of how we got here from Siri and God.
That is hilarious. From Siri and God led her to this pathway. Absolutely. So I agree with you. I had not ever heard of Apricot Lane either until Sindra introduced the two of us. So where did they get their start?
So originally they were, and some of people may remember this, they originated out of California and they were originally called Country Clutter.
Oh,
And
okay.
they were more like a home decor and type of company. And this is probably, gosh, I don't know, 30 years ago or so. And then Martha Stewart came in and said, clutter's not cool anymore. Nobody wants clutter. So they had to pivot to stay open and to reinvent themselves. And so they came up with a women's retail franchise. And so they just switched names basically. And it's done extremely well. It's the #1 franchise in the United States in women's fashion, and they do a great job at what they do. And without their support, we would not have met the deadlines and been able to do what we did.
I was just going to say that. So as people get scared and they think, however, we are seeing entrepreneurs now more than ever, I think, in history. It's amazing to see people that were in the corporate world saying, I'm going to do this. Where in the past, it was like, no, it's so scary. I'm just going to stay here. It's comfortable. I always tell people, I think the greatest rewards in life come from getting uncomfortable. Walk that uncomfortable path and watch what happens. So again, as you see, Monica is our guest, loving fashion, Apricot Lane, pops up in her feed. Again, thanks to Siri. Tell me about the Mel Robbins connection.
Oh, Mel Robbins. I love her. She's probably played one of the biggest parts of me having the courage to take that step because it was so extremely scary. Like you said, I was very comfortable in my wonderful corporate job. But I listened to Mel Robbins every day on my way to work, home from work, listened to all of her books. And she was just inspiring, and she's an inspiring human. And I embraced that, and it made me fearless. in making these decisions that were so scary. So I'm forever thankful to her too.
I love that. I was telling Monica when we were talking on the phone, I was like, it's so crazy because when I left television back in 2023, my friend and I was kind of like if you know, hashtag, and it was let them watch. And it had to do with people in my past who didn't believe in me, kept me from doing things that I wanted to do at the time. And I was like, it's okay. It's okay. And then when I stepped away and did my own thing, she started this hashtag, let them watch. Then all of a sudden, here we are, however many years later, and the whole let them from her book and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, it's, very, very similar in let everybody, don't worry, let all those things happen around you. You just keep walking your own path, by the way. All right, all of you that are just tuning in, Monica Brand, we're talking about the backstory before she ever opened Apricot Lane. And again, the only one in our area, only one in Missouri, right? What about Illinois? Are there some in the Illinois area?
We do have, I believe there's 2, maybe 3 in Illinois area. So,
but is it like in northern, or is there anything in our southern Illinois area?
There is Normal, Illinois, which I think is probably the closest to us.
Good. Well, then, so we're going to feed all of these people to you, all of our St. Louis, Missouri, Southern Illinois people. You want a really great store, you're going to go to her. So one more time, we're going to take a quick break, give them your exact address and where they can follow you. And then we're going to talk more about her saying, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk about the support system. So when we want to do things in life, we can do it alone or we can lean on others around us. So I'd love to hear what family and friends said when you decided to walk away from mortgage, walk away from IT, and then suddenly it's a complete flip. I'm going to open my own store. So we'll get into that. But one more time, tell them where they can find you.
Sure. I'm located at 3028 Winghaven Boulevard, and that's in O'Fallon, Missouri, 63368. And then online, we are Apricot Lane O'Fallon. And also Facebook, Apricot Lane O'Fallon, and same with TikTok.
All right, everybody. And I see some questions coming in. We'll get to those. They want to know what you carry besides clothes. We'll get into all of that. Don't go anywhere. She's booked us for a mobile, Monica. If you're not sure what those are all about, take a look. Welcome to the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show at my favorite restaurant. There's something about a coffee house that's just very warm and welcoming.
Gives you that sense of community.
What are you most proud of since you've opened it?
I cry easily. I'm thankful for everybody here.
You opened the door during the middle of the pandemic. You got the best Italian restaurant in the United States. Here in St. Louis, you put us on the map. Does it scare you? Do you go through fear?
Terrifying.
So how do you get past the fear?
We find something to laugh about.
All right, well, welcome back. Yes, those mobile Monicas have really turned into something that I absolutely love. We bring the show on the road to your business, which is what we're doing with Monica. So if you haven't heard, we will be at Apricot Lane Boutique in O'Fallon, Missouri on February 10th, and it's going to be 4 p.m. So it's in the afternoon, an opportunity for you to be getting off work. If you're just getting off, you can come on and swing by. We're going to have a wonderful time. So if you are just tuning in, again, my guest is Monica, and someone just said, oh my gosh, 2 Monicas. Yes, that's dangerous. Wait till we get together and shop together. If you are just tuning in, we're hearing about where she was prior to opening up Apricot Lane Boutique. So earlier, Rose asked, what else do you sell besides clothes?
So we have a few gifts. We have tons of jewelry. We've really done well. We hear a lot of people saying good things about our jewelry. We have tons of jewelry, seasonal items. We have an amazing candle line. We have some of the Monica Adams candles in our store. And I just love them because they say be kind, which is one of the things that I stand behind completely. We have some... my cousin, Andrew and Megan Hoy, have a company called the Lou Golf Club. We sell some of their hat apparel since we're really close to the Winghaven golf community. So that has been a hit. We sell these aid through trade and bracelets, which are made from, they basically give women jobs in other countries that are low poverty. Some of them are victims of human trafficking. So they give them healthcare, places to work. So we're really proud of those. All the girls in the store wear them every day. They've been a huge hit. Um, Gosh, what else do we sell?
I will add to that. They absolutely were a huge hit. As Monica knows, I bought a ton of stuff from her as I took a bunch of footage that day. And she's like, Monica, you don't have to buy all this. I said, I know I don't. I'm just having fun. And you know what? It was about a week or so before Christmas, and I thought I still have a ton of stuff on my list of what I need to buy. And I'm very big on, if you support me, I'm supporting you. So I bought a lot of those bracelets that she was just talking about. Besides them being beautiful, I love the mission aspect. And again, we're all about giving back. So if you haven't gone in to see these, every lady that I gave them to, they absolutely love them. And when I told them, besides them being beautiful, let me tell you the mission behind it. So I know you have that. Did you have other things in the store where you give back also?
Well, we have some also really have been a huge hit is there is a group of Wentzville moms. So I live in Wentzville, which is about 15 minutes from the store. And three of them are educators. They all live on my street, and they make these amazing they're wrapped reads. So it's like a surprise date with a book. We sold so many of those. I'm really trying to help promote them and help other, women-owned businesses do well. So now they're in another boutique coming soon in Wentzville, and they're being promoted to all 100 locations of Apricot Lane. So that's been really exciting, and it has been a really big hit for us.
I love that. And so while we're talking, we're going to look through some videos again from their Instagram page. And this is an opportunity for you to see some of the clothes. So you just transitioned out, because when I was there, it was everything for Christmas. Somebody said, love your blouse, but even more so, they love what Monica's wearing. Somebody just, Julie, I think, said she loves pink. So absolutely adores your shirt. I'm guessing what you're wearing, I hope, is from your store.
It is. It's a brand that we carry that I absolutely love.
So you have just transitioned from the holidays, getting ready for obviously Valentine's coming up, but then getting into spring. You're also getting ready to leave, aren't you? Are you getting ready to? Are you going to market in February?
I am. I'm so excited. Spring and summer are my favorite seasons. I absolutely adore color, like she said, pink. And so we're going to Atlanta Market. I'll be there on the 3rd and 4th. So if there's any trends or anything you guys are looking for, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will hopefully show a bunch of footage while I'm there and bring home lots of new finds for spring and summer.
Any of my friends, Monica, that are in the boutique world, they are all so excited right now. Some of them were in Dallas, and I think still are, or, getting ready to wrap up. Then I hear Atlanta, and it's all like, okay, I can't wait to see what you bring back. Actually, there's a friend of mine that was in Dallas, and I'm like, while you're there, look for this particular brand. Please bring this back for me.
Yes, perfect.
So we're going to ask Monica trending as we go into spring and summer. But as we do so, let me start with this. So it's always interesting to see what is hot in denim, right? So we saw the dark, then it went into more of like the mom jean. So as you are getting ready to go for spring and summer, and we want to think of warmer times because of what we just experienced this past weekend, what are you expecting to see as we go into spring and summer for denim?
Denim is forever changing back and forth. So everybody knows that the beloved skinny jean is unfortunately not as popular. Some people would actually say that they are out of style. I still rock them, love them. So if you love them, wear them. The barrel jean is something that I think the Midwest we catch on to trends very slowly, I would say, compared to the East and West. We just brought our first barrel jean in for the summer. It's a very mild barrel jean. So if you're like not sure about the trend, it's a good one to start with.
Okay.
And then we're getting some more dramatic barrel jeans, a lot of cropped jeans, low rise and mid rise are making its way back.
Really?
High rise will still be there, but mid rise and low rise is coming back with vengeance. So
interesting. Will bell bottoms ever come back?
I mean, the flare, I believe everything comes back, right? So,
I think it tried to, didn't it, Monica? It tried, and it did not last.
It did. The flare's still there. The boot cut's coming back, so it's.
I agree with you. I agree with you about if you still feel beautiful in it, wear it, right? Find your own and put things together that might still be trendy. And then you're like, nope, I want to hang on to this. I prefer not a skinny, but I do prefer a tapered lay. My whole thing is all about, because I've done custom work for so long, I'm very much into tailoring, right? If you, especially all these people who are working so hard on working out and getting your body in shape, why wear something so overly huge and then big, and you're like, you look like you're 10 pounds, 20 pounds heavier than you really are. Then you all of a sudden put something on and they're like, holy cow, what happened? Well, this is me, but I was buried under all of this.
Sure. I think everybody's body works better with a certain style too.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to just find that perfect jean that fits well with your body, that's still in style. So like this, like you said, I like the straight jean too, versus something super skinny, and it's a happy median. So
absolutely. So, somebody just said, I love bell bottoms. Absolutely. Jenny, good morning. Happy snow day to you. So grateful for the snow day today. That's how I got to catch your show live. Great. Can't wait to shop at Apricot Lane. That's what I was thinking, is that we probably have more and more people that don't get a chance to watch us because they're normally away at work, and they watch it possibly later. So what are you seeing for trends? I think I heard that polka dots are popular.
they are. Polka dots are always popular. It's like leopard. It's
Yes.
a color. It's always going to be there, but they do come and go in like stronger waves, I would say.
Okay.
So, but I did see a lot of polka dot at market in Dallas from pictures. A lot of bright colors, a lot of like bright orange and hot pink, kind of like that Valentine's Day sweater we have there. Colors, there's still a lot of patterns. Ditzy floral, I think, will still be in style. Of course, camo. Oh my gosh, camo. Especially with the younger, that snow camo is really, really popular. So
camo, like you said, kind of like the whole aspect of animal print. It never goes out. So we're going to keep this video running for a little bit. So this is what you have in store right now, right? This is for everybody getting ready, looking for something for Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day. Buy it for yourself. So walk us through some of your favorites.
Oh gosh, everything on the front table is my favorite. I'm wearing that dress right there to a pop-up at in Cottleville with the cute little navy vest over it. That is some Z Supply. That is beautiful. That's for the tall girlies. I wish I could wear it. I'm too short.
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'4.5" on a good
so
day.
that would be for me. I'm 5'8", so that would be a good one for me. Yes. I got to get in there.
It looks so good on the tall girls. All of the spring pieces, we've got some actually new spring. There's that camo. We've got some new spring dresses, vacation dresses that just came in before this video was even has shot. And then St. Patrick's Day, there's Mardi Gras. All the St. Patrick's Day is going to hit the floor probably next week. So I'm really, really excited about that. I know St. Louis is huge with our parades and things like that. So if you need a cute, trendy, one of a kind St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras outfit, we will have all those in really soon.
So a bunch of new arrivals. So again, if you're like me and maybe you haven't been into Apricot Lane Boutique since the holidays, it's time for you to get in. I agree with you. As we, I think about my favorite, I think fall's probably my absolute, if I had to pick one season, fall is probably my absolute favorite, but then I would go into probably spring. So if you are ready to get out of the cold, all the hats and the boots, and you're like, I can't wait for spring. So she'll be coming back from market for our Mobile Monica that we're doing on April 10th at 4 p.m. She literally will just be coming back. So I'm excited for you to be bringing all these things back from market. Again, 4 p.m., Mobile Monica will be live and we'll be taking you through the store, trying on some different things, having fun with it. So tell me this, once you open, and I talked about it earlier, that people think I've got this passion, but I think it's just a hobby. Hobbies turn into people's long-term careers because they realize that's the thing that will make them wake up every morning and just hit the ground going, I can't wait to do this. So is that where you are? Are you so in love with what you're doing that you think this is it? I'm not going to do something for 10 years and change again and change again.
I hope so. Know the future, but I absolutely love it. I love the girls I work with, I feel like they, that I'm leading them. We're having fun. They're enjoying it. We're enjoying it. I have all these crazy ideas and I pivot very quickly. And so they're here for it. They go along with it. And I'm forever thankful to the girls who let me be me and use that creative side, because I think that's what drives me and makes me happy to do what I'm doing every day.
Well, and I mentioned going into the break that that's what it's all about, right? So to be able to do what we want to do, but when it gets hard, you have a support staff that you lean in on. Fortunately, you love the people you work with, but tell everybody that's thinking, Monica has so inspired me today that I'm going to start itching I'm going to start scratching the itch of what I am feeling that I might want to walk to. What would you tell them once they're in it, the importance of leaning in on family and friends and those that are supporting you, at the same time, not listening to the chatter of those that say, oh, don't do that. Don't do that, Monica. That's not smart.
Listen to Mel Robbins first. I did have a lot of that background chatter, a lot of that. And I do get influenced sometimes by what people are saying. And, and I think you said this earlier about, the Seattle Seahawks. When somebody tells you you can't do something, or, it's not a good idea, it's too risky, that just drives me. So, it makes me push harder and push through and say, I can do this. And you know what? I had to accept that if I fail, which failure is not really an option, but if, I did it, I had fun, I enjoyed it, I'm doing what I'm passionate about, we are doing great, we are thriving, we are successful, people are coming in the door, people are having good connections with us. And I think life's too short, and I think that everybody should follow their passions, and you just have to come up with a plan and figure out what that is that's going to get you to that place that you feel fulfilled every day. You don't have to stay stuck in something that isn't filling your heart with joy.
Amen. And again, so you think about going through life. Yes. Could you continue to go and say, well, this is comfortable, this is all I know? It is, until you really start. I mean, I'm big on journaling. First of all, prayer. I'm big on prayer. I'm big on journaling. I'm big on speaking and talking to family and friends. Let them maybe show you something that they know that you have always loved, when you're so clouded with just going through the motions of life. And then suddenly they'll pull something out of you to say, do you remember you used to love to do this? And that's kind of where it comes from. For me, yeah. Did I ever think I was going to step away from television? No. Once I was in it, 30 years, there's so many people that said, Monica, when you stepped away, it inspired me so much. Great. That's what we want. Right. And then you hear Monica's story. These are the stories that I love to do before we go to have to do the fun side, which we will do on February 10th. But we would never be able to get into all of this. Once we get to the store, trust me, we're going to be having so much fun showcasing the store. We want you to come in and shop with us. So over these next few weeks leading up to that, Monica, before we wrap up, so I saw this. Did you already do this, or is this clearance event going on?
This was the beginning of the Fill the Bag. So we still have a decent sized section of Fill the Bag, or 75% off. And then probably at the end of this month, in the next few days before I go to market, we'll donate that all to a charity.
Oh, I love that. See, again, continuously giving back in so many different ways. So for those of you that are getting ready, and again, whether you're with someone that you are in a relationship with that you absolutely love, or as we said, the most important thing is love yourself first and foremost, and then watch what happens with relationships around you when you're in a good place. So Valentine's Day has become very, very big over the last several years. You have a pop-up. Let's talk about your pop-up.
Oh, we're so excited for this pop-up, and it's gotten so much interest already. So we're super excited. So we keep adding fun things to the list. So of course there's mimosas with Monica. So I'll be serving some mimosas. And then there is one of our staff members is a full-time dental assistant, and she has a side business called Smile Bright. And so Jamie Lloyd is taking appointments. I think she has a couple appointments left for Saturday. She's going to be doing teeth whitening. And then we have an aesthetic nurse who I may or may not use doing And I tried and true. I love her. Nicole Jacobsmeyer is going to be there from Freshen Your Glow to do some Botox skincare, things like that. And then we also have Jennifer from VK Links, who is another Wentzville mom that is an entrepreneur, just started her journey here in Wentzville too. So she's going to do permanent jewelry for us. Okay. And then we have the coolest swag bags. There is, I mean, just so much stuff. There's Valentine's Day socks, there's earrings, there's skincare. We're stuffing it full of so cute. So gift with purchase, basically you make a purchase and you are going to go home with this bag of cool stuff.
How fun. Again, I remember coming in and I'm like, you're going to do teeth whitening? And you're like, oh yeah, you know what? I got to figure that all out because I've got so much interest. I don't know what we're going to do with all this.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to carry it into Sunday because I need a slot. So
yeah, hey, I'm right there. All right. I'm very big. Why you want someone to go, holy cow, your teeth are white. Yes. So again, if you just tuned in, and I know some of you tune in a little bit late, be sure to watch the whole show. So watch the rest and then go back and watch it on replay. So the Valentine's Day pop-up, it is coming up for you on Saturday, February 7th. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Teeth whitening, again, Botox, B12, lip flips, skin consultations, which is really great as you get ready to go from winter into spring. It's always smart. What's going on with your skin? Let them find out. Get linked 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So right now, you are all about saving the dates, right? So mark that one on your calendar. And then just a few days later, I want you to mark the Mobile Monica, where we'll all be together shopping 4 p.m. again on February 10th. I'm super excited for this because again, she'll just be coming back from market. If you did tune in late and you don't know where they're located, here you go. Apricot Lane Boutique, the only one in our area. It's in O'Fallon, Missouri at 3028 Winghaven Boulevard. And the store hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7, Sunday, 11 to 6. At Apricot Lane, O'Fallon, Missouri, which is, again, for you to find them on Instagram. And then also, if you want to go online, it's apricotlaneboutique.com /store/O'Fallon. Get in there, though. You are going to be super thrilled. I was, again, like I mentioned in the beginning, Monica, I had never heard of Apricot Lane, didn't know what I was walking into, didn't know, because there's boutiques that you find, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go back again and again. This is one of them, folks. When you walk in, you will be blown away with the level of style, with the level of class, with all the things that are in there. And we did mention, because a lot of you wanted to know, where can you get them? Yes, when I brought these out, I was talking to Monica right away, and she's like, I love that mission of being kind. And that's what it says on the candles. So we had the memories around the tree, and then we transitioned into embers at the cottage as we go through winter. And then we'll be coming out, by the way, with a signature scent that I still am trying to figure out what screams Monica. This one's going to be hard. So if you are looking for the candles, she does have them. You can get them, by the way, that night. So before we wrap up, Monica, what final thing would you say about your journey leading you up to this and where you are in life today and just how happy you are?
Oh, gosh. I think that the coolest thing and what I'm most thankful for is, of course, God first, and then my family. I got to do this journey with my family, my friends, and like all the support that I had was just so amazing. So, my husband had to pick up some major dad duties while I was away and working crazy hours. And then all my family and friends came to help me set up the store and put it together. And, I got to work alongside my dad, my brother, and my sister all at the same time, which was just heartwarming, to say the least. My sister has been a huge support. She's really good at the things I'm not. She's good at the IT, organizing, data, analytics. And so having, us complement each other and work together has been a true blessing. And then, of course, my best friend since 7th grade works in the store with me as well. So she was pictured in that first picture with the balloons. And so it's just kind of brought everything full circle together for me. And I could not be happier and more blessed. There
There
she
you go.
is. Yeah.
Yep. So there we go. That support system. We couldn't do it without them. And don't try to, by the way. When you're struggling, don't go at it alone. It's very important for you to lean in on that. Well, my friend, Cindra's on. She said, good morning, Monica's. I love it. Well, thank you, Cindra. As we mentioned earlier, we gave you a shout out to tell you thank you so much. Ginny says, so many cute outfits. This is funny. Pete said, hey, Monica's, I think the Carhartt green olive is the hottest color for the end of 25 and into 26.
I mean, he's not lying.
Pete, you are so with it fashion-wise. What is the color of the season?
Oh my gosh, you'll die. It's called cloud cover, and it's white. It's a shade of white. It's almost like the shade of your shirt.
Really?
But that's it just came out. Yep.
And what is it called again?
It's cloud. I believe it's cloud cover.
Cloud cover. I don't like that. I like sunshine.
It's just a little, but I guess it goes with everything. So
this is true. Well, I will say when I was not going to get the shirt because I felt it was going to be too big, but I was like, oh no, it works because I bought a really beautiful skirt that tapered down. So it looked good together. So it wasn't blousy. I wore it for Christmas and I wore it with some really high boots. And my husband, I came walking out. I'm just going to tell you this because you remember I kept saying, I don't know, this skirt might be too short. I came walking out, Monica, his eyes about popped out of his head.
Yay. That's the goal.
He was like, you can keep shopping at that store. I love that.
And I got to meet him. He's so sweet, so patient, and
yes. Well, he'll be there with us, by the way, at our mobile Monica. I'm sure he'll be behind the scenes helping out. Well, my friend, thank you. I am so happy again that Cindra introduced us and that we're going to do this mobile Monica. We are going to have a blast. And thank you for joining us this morning, telling us your story. We're going to have a great time together.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun.
You are very welcome. All right, everybody, we're going to take our final quick break. And when we come back, we always end with a devotional. So faith coming into play when we return.
Thankful to Monica for having me on the show here today. I just love having the opportunity to try and help other people. There are a lot of people in my life that were there for me in my time of need, and that was important for me today to talk to Monica about that. You can get low and then work yourself back up to where you want to be. And people around you can help you do that. Surround yourself with the right people. That's what Monica tries to do here with this show. In fact, I know that's what she wants to do, is she wants people that are like-minded to help each other, to point each other in the right direction, to lift each other up, not put each other down. It was amazing for me to sit in here and talk with Monica, and hopefully it helps somebody along the way. I know that every show that she puts on is fantastic. It's worth your while to be tuning in every single day. Don't worry about some of the negativity around the world, whether it's on TV and this, that, the other. Tune in here to Monica and let her tell her story as well as her guests tell their story. There's always something that you can get from somebody else. And if you pick up just one little thing that helps you, that makes this a success. And that is why I'm here with Monica today.
Well, that was Jamie Rivers. If you didn't see that, he is a former St. Louis Blues player. Thank you, Jamie. And thank you to each and every person that has been on our set and has given a testimonial about their own experience on the show and what they want you to experience when you tune in as well. I'm loving so many of you that haven't had a chance to watch the show live, getting a chance to interact with us. Maybe you normally are running off to work and you don't get a chance to do so. Cindra said, I knew when I walked in that store, you two had to come together. All right. That was all God, all over it. Well, yes, she booked us for a mobile Monica. And as you see, always look at the screen down below because you'll see things that are coming up for us or opportunities for you to reach out to me. If you have a business or as Cindra did, if you know somebody that you swear, oh my gosh, you've got to spotlight them. email me, info@therealmonicaadams.com. I give to anyone who introduces me to someone that books a mobile Monica, or maybe they become a longtime sponsor. I give you $100. I want to thank our community, right? We continuously give back in any way that we can because I'm thanking you for introducing us. So Cindra's got $100 coming her way. What about you? You want easy $100? Get the kids involved. Tell them, hey, Monica, reach out to this person. I'll do all the work. You just introduce us and then we'll take it from there. And then do us a favor, please share, like, follow all the live streams so that you get notified when we go on. We end our show with faith because to me, we have nothing if we don't have our faith. And if you're a little lost right now and struggling, I get it. But at least listen to the words and then let whatever is supposed to hold on to you, hold on and take it from there. And, maybe you surround yourself with others in the community that are maybe, they're the inspiration for you. I don't want you to stay in a place that's not serving you. That's what I always ask. How is life serving you right now? So we bring faith in, and this is from one of our viewers. She gave me this Jesus Calling book from Sarah Young on this January 26th. Give up the illusion that you deserve a problem-free life. Part of you is still hungering for the resolution of all difficulties. Well, that's false hope. As I told my disciples, in the world, you will have trouble. Link your hope not to problem solving in this life, but to the promise of an eternity of problem-free life in heaven. Instead of seeking perfection in this fallen world, how many times do I say this? You will never be perfect. And as soon as you release the idea that you will ever get there, you start to breathe again. Perfection will never happen. Always doing your best. That's what we ask for. Instead of seeking the perfection in the fallen world, pour your energy into seeking me, the perfect one. It is possible to enjoy me and glorify me in the midst of adverse circumstances. In fact, my light shines most brightly through believers who trust me in the dark. That kind of trust, by the way, is supernatural, a production of my indwelling spirit. When things seem all wrong, trust me anyway. Boy, that's one of the hardest phrases, right? When everything's falling apart, that's when people have a tendency to say, why me? What kind of a God would do this? That is the hardest thing, but you have to find that trust and he'll take over. I am much less interested in right circumstances than in right responses to whatever comes your way. So that's our devotional. You want to go deeper into that thought process, go to the Bible, open it up, go to John 16, verse 33, or Psalm 112, verse 4, and you can go a little deeper into scripture. I love you all so much. I'm so glad some of you are able to watch this morning. Good morning, Babs. Hope you're having a great start to your day. We are on Facebook, as well as YouTube, Twitch, X, Rumble, and Instagram. I believe Instagram may have stopped a little halfway through the show. Not sure why. They got cold. And I think I got a notification that it may have gone off. So which is why I say follow us on many platforms, because if you don't see us on one, maybe there's something technical going on. LinkedIn, by the way, we used to be on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn's had some issues on their end. So we're not on LinkedIn right now. So I would say Facebook and YouTube are the mainstays. If you're regularly watching me on Facebook, make sure that you also go to YouTube, because that's where the entire library of all of our 750 plus shows, that's where they are. So you can go back and watch those shows from the past and get inspiration. Sometimes it's me and you together on days where I just want to do some motivation with you. Other days we're bringing in entertainers. We're bringing in, spotlight features, business spotlights. We do Foodie Fridays. We do Wet Your Whistle Wednesdays. That's coming back, by the way, this Wednesday. Positive Talk Time coming back on Thursday. And Testament Tuesday is starting in March, a brand new segment. So if there's something you'd like to see on this show, your show, just shoot me an email and let me know. Christy, I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Stay warm. That's the biggest thing. Bitterly cold, please. As we mentioned in the very beginning of the show, it's going to be extremely cold today again. So check on the elderly. Make sure those pets come inside. We're only getting up to 15. But again, this morning in the single digits, if you're lucky. If not, we are below zero. And I know a lot of people are struggling trying to get their car started. My husband tried to leave for work this morning and he's still here because he couldn't get the car started. So if you're struggling with any of that, just look at it as God saying, nope, I wanted to keep you home for whatever reason. Okay. Patience. Tomorrow morning, we're talking about whatever we can to give back to our community. Lydia's House, if you've never heard of them, my guest tomorrow, Karen Kirk, she's going to join us. We're going to talk about domestic violence for women, against women and children, and how they help them. We also will talk about the book that I'm a part of, It's About Time, and how proceeds of that book, a portion of them, go to Lydia's House. That's really important to us. So if you haven't purchased your book, It's About Time, reach out to me. I have about 30 orders, I think, so far, and I will be picking a small business where we'll go. You'll meet me there. We'll support them, and I'll sign the books to you. Okay. And on Wednesday, Wednesday, we'll do another Wellness Wednesday for you. We also are going to feature an entertainer. His name is Richie Callison, and he's from the St. Charles area. He's back in town from LA. We are going to sit down. I'm thinking I might get a chance to get him to sing. It'll be early in the morning, but we'll see if we can get him to sing. He will be our guest on Thursday. Our Foodie Friday should be a feature on the chef from Defiance Ridge Vineyards, if you haven't been there. And we will, I take that back. Richie Callison is on Wednesday. So our entertainer segment will be on Wednesday. We'll also check in with Angie Hess from Spas and More on the wellness side. We will be airing a beautiful feature on the Excel Center, which is affiliated with MERS Goodwill. So if you know someone that does not have their high school diploma, right? A lot of adults that are saying, I want that so much. I want that education. The Excel Center, tuition-free program. We're going to hear all about it. We're going to talk to some of the graduates. That's coming up on Thursday. So we got a big week ahead for you. I hope you can tune in live. And if you can't, watch it on replay. Let me know that you did. Ask any comments or questions, and we'll make sure that we get those to our guest. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Remember what we always say, even when other people don't, believe in yourself. It's the greatest thing that you can do. Once you believe in yourself, you'll just see just how far in life you can go. And that is kindness to yourself. It's the greatest thing you can do. Be kind. God bless. I'll see you in the morning.